Josh Grambo.
Megan O'Neill, you're the host of T Street Tuesday Open Mic here in Denver, correct?
Correct.
Yes, T Street. I literally could not remember that until I just said it, and then it was in there. Which is a very important mic. It's we have Comedy Works here. Denver Comedy Works lets us in the new talent system, so we call them in every week, and we might get 3 or 4 minutes to go up on stage. Every single Tuesday, different comics go up. It is a very important resource to have an early mic before Comedy Works that we can go run our set, so I'm appreciative of it.
Oh, good. I'm glad you are.
Yes, with your co-host, Miss Laura Thompson, who did my show, Punchline Jeopardy, last night and rocked the shit, which you were there.
I saw it all. It was fantastic.
Hell yeah. So what's the comedy plan for the weekend? Anything coming up?
Not this weekend, but next week I'm going to do back-to-back shows.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So Friday I will be on the Wheel of Doom with Nasty Bits.
Oh, boy.
Yes, I'm excited for that. I haven't been on it before.
Oh, yes. Well, we'll talk about that. What's the second one?
The second one is Saturday night at Nowhere Bar, so it'll be a good time.
Oh, love that show. I always try to hit that up whenever I can. But we must talk about John Rummery's Wheel of Doom. Oh, my God. For people that aren't local that might be listening to us, John Rummery has a show where he has a wheel, and comics will go up and spin the wheel, and there's many different options. Could be hot peppers, could be wear a gimp mask and do comedy, could be put on a diaper, could be all three. So were you aware of this when you accepted this gig?
I knew it was gonna be weird, and I'm strangely excited for it. Like, it's not my fault. I got the wheel set up. Yes.
Yeah, I pretty much will auto say yes to any gig, you know, in the state damn near, you know. But John Rummery's Wheel of Doom scares the shit out of me. My first time I had an experience with it was, I always heard of it, never knew exactly what it was, and our old buddy Phil Corridor did it, and he gets the all three. So this kid is got someone, like, you know the old gag where you put like your arms behind your back and they put their arms there and they pretend like they're your arms, they stand behind you.
Yeah.
So someone's doing that. I can't remember who was operating him as the puppet. So he has to wear a diaper. So he's half naked with literally with his dick and balls like flopping out of this loosely tied diaper. Then he's got the arms going through there. Then he's got a gimp mask on, and he had to eat hot peppers. So as the hot peppers are kicking in, he's not even able to talk. So while he's supposed to be going into his material, all that you hear is, oh. Meanwhile, I wish I could remember which woman it was that was operating his arms. Forgive me. Someone out there that hears this will know. And so she's puppeting him, like doing the Hulk Hogan, like let me hear you, while Phil's just going, oh. It traumatized me. So from here on out, I'm terrified if John ever asks me to do that show. I'm just like, man, I'm scared. I don't want to wear a diaper.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so how much time do you get?
Yeah, no excuses. Somebody else told me what to do. That's fine. I like that.
Okay, well, then you're going to make a good wife someday. Look, I'm not into that. I'm not into that crazy shit, but he said to do it. He spun a wheel. Maybe that's what I should do with my wife. Maybe I should get a wheel of fuck.
Oh, good.
And then you...
It sounds like she's got limits, though. She's like, that's what I would do.
Yeah, but I've never tried to come at her with a wheel. Yeah. So I'm gonna start my own competing show to John Rummery called The Wheel of Fuck. Hell yeah. He's an awesome dude. I'm going to get him on this here call-in podcast. As I've explained to Patrick Scott last night, I do a podcast because pretty much every single day that I do comedy or any sorts of comedy-related activity, it's a about a 40-minute drive. If I'm lucky, it can get down to 20 minutes at night, but most of the time we're talking about a 40-minute drive. So I'm going to call a comedian every single day and have a conversation about comedy with them on my drive.
Oh, good. Let me try to walk away from the car alarm. I'm so sorry.
I thought that was a harmonica.
Oh, boy. No live band here.
So I gotta ask. So what is a joke? I'm always fascinated by this, right? I think about it all the time. Like, you ever say a word over and over and over again until it almost starts losing meaning?
Oh, God, yeah, of course.
I get that with jokes sometimes, where like I'll just look at my comedy and I'll be like, I don't even know what this is. What is a joke? Like, I write down and I keep notes to myself of like, you know, different joke structures just to remind myself that they exist. What is a joke to you? What do you think of when you go to write comedy? What is your thought process?
You know, I think for the most part, it's just some random observation that I have, and it just turns out to be funny. Like, I don't know, I think one of my better jokes is, you know, my Tinder joke. Match with a lot of black guys because I'm looking for somebody good looking, taller than me, and in Aurora. And it's like, I never pieced it together that people would laugh at that.
See, now that's really funny. So I have this theory that I've never said out loud to anybody, and that's why I'm so glad to do this podcast and talk to comedians and have thoughts I haven't actually expressed even to myself. So I feel like a great joke it tells a hidden story, right? So you didn't tell them the story, okay? They flashed the story in their heads. You didn't say anything about what Aurora was like, but from that joke, we completely know what Aurora, Colorado is like. So I'm fascinated by that, the hidden story, because there's the switch arounds where it's like, you know, I'm going to say the thing you think I'm going to say, and then you just say the opposite. I like to play a game where I guess people's punchlines, and when they do the old switcheroo, you can almost guess like within 100%. It's kind of ridiculous. Those ones are tough. You got analogies. This is like, you know, a hamburger, that was more like a, you know, whatever. It's analogy shit. And then there's the joke where you do a hidden story, and I'm becoming obsessed with that. Like, what is the hidden story you're telling? And that one's hilarious. So yeah, I like that. That's brilliant. Fucking looking for the observation. Who was your comedy idols? Like, when did you get into stand up? When you were little? You've been into it for a minute. What's your comedy story?
Oh goodness. Well, I mean, when I got a little older, I moved out of my sister's room to my own room in the basement. And in the basement was the TV, so my older brother and I would stay up late watching 30-minute specials.
You remember anybody? Oh, okay, Chappelle Show.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't remember anybody in particular. I mean, you know, Maria Bamford.
Yeah, Bamford. You seen her most recent Netflix special?
Goodness, I don't think I have.
Oh, it's really good. Obviously it's hilarious, but it's also brilliant because it starts out in its structure that she's like doing her act to like one person in her house, and then it cuts and it goes to like her at her friend's house, and she's doing her act to two people. And it just keeps everywhere she goes throughout her day, the audience keeps building until she gets to her closer, which is in front of a sold-out theater.
Yes, okay, it's all coming back to me now. Like, there's a point where it's just in somebody's backyard.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. So fucking brilliant. I am obsessed with anything different. Here in Denver, we have two awesome comedians. We got Wes Williams and Ben Duncan, and they do a show called Meatloaf and the Milkman. And it's the most out there, insane shit, and I love it. It's like, thank God for people doing different shit.
So true. Oh my God, I remember the whole video clip of them promoting their show. There was Allison Rose giving birth to a ham or something.
Yeah. Allison. I don't want to forget anyone, so I probably shouldn't name her. But it's Allison Rose, Olivia Schuyling, Michael Isaacs, Ben Duncan, Wes Williams. God, I hope I didn't leave anybody out because they have a whole writing team, which, God, we need more of in Denver comedy. I wish we could get more squads together and have little writing sessions at night.
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's why I started to do this podcast, because I was with mental health. I always wanted to, like, I always get depressed and fucking, you know, it's tough to go out. It's a fucking 30, 40-minute drive, parking, it's cold, blah, blah, blah. So I always wanted to, like, I was going to start calling a comedian and just, like, chatting. What's up? Fucking what's going on? You know, get motivated and then fucking head out to the mics. And then I did the homie Jose McCall's podcast the other night, and he does a phone-in podcast. And I realized, well, if I'm going to call people and, you know, ask them for 20 minutes of their time, I might as well just record it and release it as a podcast.
Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. So what else? I always ask, I don't have any regular questions yet, but my staple so far is, what's the best thing in comedy right now? What's awesome for you? What are you excited about?
Oh gosh, I'm just excited to see a lot of my friends in comedy getting into comedy festivals. I mean, gosh, last night, Four Corners Comedy Festival producers were there, and I'm super stoked for you guys. Yeah, that was amazing.
Jill from Four Corners Festival came in to see the show, and I don't ever toot my horn about the shit I do. My stand-up, average, fine, whatever, you know. Like the TED Talk show I do, pretty standard, you know. This is stand-up comedy. Fucking Punchline Jeopardy is one of the craziest things ever. It's so goddamn funny. I can't even, like, explain to people. It's so in the moment and raw. It's like, it's hilarious. So, yeah, we're going to go down and do it to open up the Four Corners Festival in August down in Durango, Colorado, which is pretty sick considering we started doing it in Kinga's. You've done it at Kinga's.
I love it at Kinga's.
Kinga's,
so fun.
I mean, how would you describe it? The worst thing ever?
No, it's a little party open mic. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
smoking out on the patio and just go from there.
Yeah, so it started organically, which is probably my favorite thing about it. We didn't just jump right into it. It kind of showed itself and grew every single day. So yeah, I'm definitely stoked about it. Fuck yeah. See, that's how nice of a person you are. I was like, hey, what's going good in comedy? And you're like, other people are succeeding and I'm happy. It's like, whoa. That is not how stand-up comedy usually works. Normally it's like, oh, these fucking pricks. I'm funnier than them.
Oh, God, I know half of it is just going to be showing up, and the fact that I'm not out tonight is just like, oh, okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, it's so hard to get out every single night. Tonight, I was going to try to get to Growlers, and then I do Uber Eats for my in-between work, and they're doing like a fat-ass bonus tonight, so I'm not going to be able to make it all the way over there. But tomorrow is the late-night mic over at Phil Corridor's hosting, 10 o'clock comedy party.
That's right. I'm so excited about that. I'm going to bring my little brother Jack, hopefully. He's in town from New York City.
Dope.
Yes.
That's awesome. So, well then, your answer is that you love other people and you're happy for them. Let me ask you this. What pains you in comedy? What is the nightmare of doing stand-up right now?
Oh,
or in general?
That is a good question. I guess it's just, new material, when you go up to try it out, it just feels like you're going up there for the first time.
Yeah.
All the nerves, legs giving out under you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I had it hanging out with Luis Martinez, fucking... He can be a real prick sometimes. I went up. I have this set that I've been doing for a couple weeks, and it's like firing hot. It's actually like 10 minutes of pretty good fucking the best shit I've ever had. And then I was like, all right, that's banked. I'm gonna put that aside. I'm gonna bust out this old shit I've been working on, see if I can't hammer it out. And I go to Scruffy's, and I do it, and it's just tepid and bullshit, no laughs, chuckles, whatever. And then at the end of the night, fucking outside smoking weed with Corey and everybody, and Lou's just like, why don't you try to get some fucking punchlines, homie? I'm like, fuck you, bitch, I'm up there trying. And then to his credit, then I had a good set a couple of nights later. He's like, hey, you were fucking funny tonight. It's like, you're an asshole, but I appreciate that you're one of the only people giving honest feedback, Lou.
There you go.
It's a big dick and clit suck fest in Denver. Oh, you did so good. You did so good. It's like, shut up. We both know it was tepid bullshit. Fuck.
Oh, man. I know, like, I'm probably part of the problem in that case. Because I'm just like, hey, you went on stage, and great job. You guys liked this part. And,
I know. Because you want to be supportive, and that's kind of we get Stockholm syndrome, like, in the scene, where it's like, you start to think that the best people in Denver, you know, it's like, oh, man, it's like, that's the fucking pinnacle. And then you realize, like, oh, we're in Chris D'Elia's pool, you know. I don't know if my comedy can really hold up to a guy like Chris D'Elia or frickin' Theo Vaughn or Andrew Schultz. Like, these guys are like Chris DiStefano, fucking, I mean, there's so many killers. Santino, Tony Hinchcliffe, just mass murderers. And I look at those guys and I go, oh, compared to that, I get how we're supposed to compare. Look where you came from. You're doing so good. Keep going. But when you look at the tip of the mountain, you go, oh boy, this is going to be a long climb.
Of course, it's all about relativity.
Yeah, but that's the great thing Patrick Scott said last night. He's been doing comedy 7 years, and he's like, you know, you could get depressed. So a lot of your friends, after you've been doing it 7 years, a lot of your friends that sucked, they quit. And a lot of your friends that were good end up kind of leaving. So the longer you do comedy, the more kind of isolated you start to feel, and he's just pretty much said, I never quit because I love the art. I'm in it for doing it, not like to be on Comedy Central or Netflix or some shit, you know. It's important to remember that because, God damn it, we all can't open for Cat Stevens, you know. So we're not all going to be unpaid regulars at Comedy Works. So we're going to have to hit the road and go figure out who the fuck we are on our own.
Oh, God, that sounds like such a pain.
Sounds amazing, though. That's the game we have chosen. Well, Miss Megan, we are almost at 20 minutes already. That's how fast these podcasts can go.
Holy cow, time flew.
Yes, so you're going to be my third release podcast, and it's going to be dope. I appreciate you so much for taking time away from your brothers, and I hope to see them at Phil Corridor's night tomorrow, or at least one of them.
Yeah, the little one would probably be down to go out. But
fuck yes. Well, then if anyone's in town, go catch Megan next Friday. Double header. Growler's fucking Lisa Lane. She's over there hosting over at Growler's off you know, what is it, Sheridan over there in that area. Fucking amazing show. Great food. Some of the best food. And then John Rummery's Wheel of Doom. I swear to fucking Christ, if you hear my voice, go watch Megan O'Neill humiliate herself for comedy. Because,
yes.
God damn it, I hope I can be there. Megan O'Neill, you are a goddamn angel. Thank you so much for doing my little mental health podcast, and I will see you out on the comedy battlegrounds.
See you out there. Thanks, Josh.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Hi guys, it's Josh Grambo. Wow, Megan O'Neill, what a nice lady. She's one of my favorite people in all of the Denver comedy scene. Her greatest comedy experience right now is her friend succeeding. Who says shit like that? Goddamn nice person, that's who. And I fucked up there at the end. I mentioned Lisa Lane's show Friday nights at Growlers. That's part of the downside of driving while you do this podcast, is sometimes my attention slips while I'm about to die in an accident. I said Growlers. I meant to say Saturday night at Nowhere Bar. Nowhere Bar, O'Shea Bogus and Nyland Vigil. Two good guys. So go check her out there. And definitely go check out John Rummery's show, Wheel of Doom. I wasn't over-exaggerating. It's one of the most unique comedy experiences in Denver for sure, and maybe in the country. And I'm not kidding. I'm actually quite scared to do it. Who wants to wear a diaper and eat hot chili and try to do comedy? That's scary to me. I want to show the least skin as humanly possible. So go check out Megan O'Neill, guys. This was another great conversation. If you made it to this point, thank you for listening. And if you're a stand-up comic and I don't have your number, hit me up on Facebook, message me, and you might just get a call. This is Comics with Grambo, and I'm out.